Hello, welcome you guys. Thanks for your patience. Took me like 2 minutes to connect here today. Hello and welcome to day 4 of the Muscles and Mindset Reset. Today we are continuing with our mindset series. So I have a lot of experience in hearing about mindset blocks from women and obstacles getting in the way of not starting or not being consistent with fitness and nutrition, or obstacles that are keeping you from progressing. But I have been asking my clients recently, and I asked you guys here on Facebook, just about anything that's getting in the way of your mental fitness, or your physical fitness. So here are some things that you said. Being hard on myself when I struggle with consistency, procrastinating, consistency, pain, consistency, progress is slower than I think it should be, consistency. For me, all of these distill down to this feeling of I'm not good enough. It's just all in different outfits. So today we're talking about overwhelm and overcoming overwhelm. I see this a lot, and I have experience with overwhelm, you guys. This is my thing. This is my if something is going to be if I'm going to have an emotional hijack, it's going to be an anxiety or overwhelm. So just know that I'm in it too. I totally get it. And I see this a lot in clients, especially in the first couple of years of working out or working on their nutrition or doing mindset work, because there are so many things that you're learning so quickly. And as you learn and master new things, it's really easy to start to feel like you're not doing enough, because it's like you're an infant, right? Or a toddler. You're like learning something new and mastering it and learning something new and mastering it. And when those little things that used to be unavailable to you become available, there's always something more. And so then it always feels like there's something else that you could be doing. And there is, of course there is. There's an infinite number of things you could be doing. And that can get overwhelming. The most annoying thing that my coaches, both one of my business coaches and my life coach, both said to me about, in different words, but said to me about my overwhelm, was that my overwhelm is a choice and just a mindset. That was so annoying to hear, because I'm like, you don't even know. You don't know me, right? But it turned out to be the most transformative advice or information I could have received, because it opened up a door to me to realizing, like, what part do I have in this? What choice do I have about my overwhelm? And when you begin to look at what you actually have control over, I don't love the word control, but we're going to use it a little bit today. Let's say choices, the choices you can make. When you start to question the way your life is set up, and perhaps things that you never questioned before, then something that you didn't even know was possible becomes possible. So it was annoying to hear, but it was also very transformative. And you guys may have heard me say, hi Chelsea, you guys may have heard me say, you can't mess this up. Yeah? Have you heard me say this? You can't mess this up. So this thing that you're doing, this fitness, nutrition, mindset thing, you can't mess it up. At the same time, just because you're like eating vegetables and working out doesn't necessarily mean you know what you're doing, right? As you begin doing mindset work or working out, you begin to realize all the things that you don't know. This happened for me too, absolutely. And it can be really overwhelming really quickly. You're like, okay, can I still drink coffee? Do I need an accountability buddy? How much water should I drink? Should I start journaling? Should I be doing more workouts? Should I be doing longer workouts? Are my workouts too easy? Are my workouts too hard? Should I be foam rolling? Should I be stretching? Should I buy heavier dumbbells? Like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I doing all of this work on myself and it still feels messy? Because it is, and that never, ever, ever, ever ends. But it does mean that you're doing it. So actually, I feel like the more questions you have, the more progress that you're making. But and we don't see it as part of the process and that we have a choice. It feels overwhelming because yes, you will see an infinite number of paths or options that you could take, and sometimes the overwhelm of all the things that you could do really does keep us stuck and not doing any of the things because you feel like to do, what if I do the wrong thing? What if I do things out of order? What if I'm not successful at it? So overwhelm is just another word for anxiety, or just another form of anxiety. And it comes from catastrophizing, which is like amplifying a situation in your mind. So it's like, if I don't do all the things, or I don't do them right, or I don't do them well enough, I won't see results. It will all be over, and that's just not the truth, right? The truth is that if you try something, you learn, and then you take action based on that learning. You get better, you get in some reps, and then you master that one thing and move on to the next thing. So for clients, I look at their end goal, right? And then we reverse engineer it. So before, maybe your end goal is to be consistently working out 4 days a week. Great. So what do you have to do this week to get there? Not work out 4 times a week if you were working out 0 times last week, but work out once a week. And what's your deadline for that? And when is it going to happen? Or like, okay, I want to stop binge eating at night. What can I do this week to eat less at night? Because we aren't going to quit cold turkey forever. It doesn't work. Like dieting doesn't work forever, right? We're not just going to stop eating and then like that's going to be fine and it's never going to happen again. That's very unrealistic. So how can we dial it back in a way that's actually feasible and sustainable, right? This is how we talked about succeeding at a sustainable pace on Monday. So what can you do right now? What can you do today? And then take the rest off of your mental plate. What 3 things can be done today? And then go live your life. So I'm a big fan of deadlines because it puts me on the hook. And it frees up my brain to not worry mentally about the other things that I could be doing because this is what's happening right now. But everyone else is wired differently. That doesn't work for everyone, right? I'm not going to think about doing 8 pull-ups in my workout today until I can do 4. Because like one of the biggest parts of overwhelm is anxiety and feeling like, what if I do all of this and still don't see the results that I want? We can get stuck in the future, right? And thinking of the what ifs, outcomes that we have no evidence of. But I do know this to be true. I can't control that. The only thing that I have control of today is what I do today. My attitude, my effort today, what I choose to take action on today. So stressing over next month or next year or tomorrow doesn't serve me. It's just a distraction. It actually keeps me away from doing what moves the dial today. I don't have control over, what my daughter does or my clients or my husband or my family. I don't have control over the food someone else brings to an event. I don't have control over when I get sick or when I get injured. Most of my clients don't have control over their work hours, or their partners or their clients or their families. All I have control over is my effort, and I'm going to create the best dang me possible today. Like, oh my God, I'm going to have the best workout possible today. I'm going to create so much value for my clients today. I'm going to rest so that I feel as good as I can today. I'm going to get better at abstaining from alcohol or asking for help or control how long they take or what will happen on the way there. But today, in my day-to-day, these are things that I can control to some extent. Like I can do them or I cannot do them. I can put in effort or I don't. I can't control how these things will land with other people, which is a whole other training, right? I can't control that. I can't control anyone else's perception of me. That is none of my business. All I can focus on is what I'm in control of, which is being my best self. I can take ownership of that. I can take my power back from the overwhelm and the anxiety. And by the way, my best self is who I am able to show up as today. My best self today is different than 10 years ago, 10 years from now. All I'm equipped with is right now. So I tell my clients this too. How you feel right now is somewhat of a metric. It's a qualitative outcome. It's a reflection of what you're doing consistently, your habits, and how you feel about them. And maybe you're so new that you're not very consistent yet, so it might feel a little bit messy. But again, focusing on those, few dial movers that you can take action on today and tomorrow to get carried away in, anything else is or anything that you're not doing yet is to give your power away. And that is misery, honestly. I'm not interested in that. Minimizing your overwhelm is about asking yourself where you can put your effort and what's not your business today. All you can do is your best work. So I want you to pull back and ask yourself, what can I do today? For me, that is the time that I get everything done because I'm very clear on what's a priority. I really encourage my clients to move away from this, like one of my clients was telling me last week, she has a written out to-do list, and then most of it doesn't get done every day, so then she copies it onto the next day. And so I'm like, obviously those things didn't need to be done because you didn't do them. So fucking get them out of here. What do you need to do today? Because those things are, obviously not important. And then that's just a mental weight that we're taking with us day after day after day. So minimize that overwhelm by asking yourself where you can put your effort and what is none of your business today and what can you do today? What can you do today? So again, for me, that's when I get the most done because I'm very clear on what's a priority. I do that and then I do the next thing and then I do the next thing. And then what do you know? I've finally unpacked my house and I'm using a 75-pound kettlebell instead of a 32-pound one, and I wouldn't have been able to take action steps if I allowed myself to be crippled by my anxiety and my overwhelm by doing everything instead of doing a few things well. So I hope that that's helpful for you guys. If we put this down into 4 steps, it would be chunk it down, reverse engineer the process. So look at end goal. What can you do today, tomorrow, this week to start moving the dial towards that? It's not going to be the whole shebang. Focus on what you can do today and then set those mental boundaries. And that also might require setting boundaries physically, with your environment or your family or with other people. And you can't control something a month from now. This is a mental boundary, right? Put it down. Put it in the drawer. I hope that that is useful for you. This is a big, big mindset piece, and it requires a lot of practice and mental discipline. It requires mindfulness, noticing when you feel anxious, when you notice that you're feeling overwhelmed, when you notice that you're beginning to catastrophize, and then to pull yourself back and ask yourself what you can control and start there. So I really hope that this was helpful for you guys. Please let me know if you have any comments or questions. Of course, if you are interested in working on this stuff more closely and specifically, Muscles and Mindset is open for enrollment right now. So you can just message me if you want details about that. I'm super happy that you guys are here in this context. I'm really excited to talk tomorrow we're talking about 4 ways to overcome self-sabotage. And then I just really want to help you guys get to the next level on your journey. So let me know how I can help you with that. And I will see you here tomorrow. Have a